Before I decided on my final product, I used PaintShop Pro to mock up a first draft for my poster with images off Google. I thought it would be a good idea to use a program I knew very little about rather than just learning a new one from scratch. I started off with a photo of the couple. I dropped them into the plain background and played around with the positioning of them on the poster. I then placed the woman in the door on the right hand side, but the picture was too large, so I had to rescale it until I felt it was the correct size. The title was downloaded from 1001 fonts. This was next to go in, and once again resizing the photo was necessary, but soon was the correct size. After this, the text was placed onto the photo, the names up the top and the writing at the bottom. I did some research into what film and neo-noir posters work well and found my inspiration in the posters for Sin City, Blade Runner, Double Indemnity and The Big Sleep. The Dark Knight had an influence on me here too, as I noticed the text at the bottom was in two different sizes. The important names are actually larger than the rest, so I used this in my poster too. The font on the Dark Knight at the bottom of the poster was stretched and very hard to read, and I wanted to incorporate this element in my poster, yet wanted to stick to the neo-noir genre, so I kept it quite stylized and used a stylized font. After all this, I put the appropriate production logos in, GSD Media Productions and KTS Pictures. To make the characters stand out a little more, I adjusted the hue and raised the saturation. Also, I adjusted the lights, which brought out some texture within the poster and added more shadows and effect. After this, I was confident about the final product and knew what I had to do to complete the real one. The draft was a very valuable exercise. I knew the film review would be important, and you have to get it right. A lot of people, including me, use websites such as Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb and Empire to read reviews and decide on whether to go and see the film. You need to be able to sell your film in a review. I was looking at the Empire website. I liked the structure and the layouts of the various different film reviews. The title, the star rating and different headings were all very distinguishable. To start mine, I inserted an image, one that didn't give too much away but would hopefully get the audience thinking. I like the idea of having social media too, as a lot of young people are based on these social media websites, so I lifted the social media bar directly from the Empire website. The title was in bold to make it easy to read, and when I was writing the review, after researching many film reviews of others, for example Anton Bitel, it was clear to see the type of language they used. I wanted to try and critique the film honestly and fairly, and I wanted to try and incorporate the emotive and expressive language used in other film reviews. I compared our work to classic Tarantino. This was aimed at captivating the audience, as Quentin Tarantino's work is so highly regarded, not only just by his fans, but worldwide. This was used in our review as a persuasive marketing device. Overall, our selection of texts represent a strong marketing and advertising brand if we were to release the film properly. During the process of making these texts, I also feel my skills have expanded. I think they have complemented my final film.
Tick, 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 tick.